everyone, welcome back. On our show right now, we have Toshi from PajCash. Hello, Toshi.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm fine.
You good?
Yeah.
Amazing. So, Toshi is using PajCash. Please tell us about PajCash.
Okay, PajCash is just a simple solution that is supposed to make that it's designed to make off-ramping very simple. Um, it's unlike most products that are usually apps and websites. We are just an associate service to your favorite wallet to make off-ramping very easy. You could call us a protocol. Yeah, that's what we are. An off-ramping protocol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, tell me, what problem is PajCash trying to solve, and what is the solution? How do you go about solving it?
Okay. Everybody in the Web3 space have there's always this experience of withdrawing your funds, and then unlike previous times where most transactions happen on centralized exchange, we now have more transactions happening on decentralized exchanges, on decentralized services, and for some reason, anytime we users want to off ramp, they end up using centralized exchanges. So now it kind of seems like one of the main uses of centralized exchanges for off ramping, and most times people don't like using it. The whole P2P process and the rest. Yeah. So I wanted something that would be as slim as possible, take fewer steps as possible for users to get the best experience around moving their token to cash. You get. So the idea is for anyone to use their wallets with our service side by side. This way, you don't need your favorite wallet to integrate our service, but yet work with your wallet. That's what we are trying to do. So it's more like we are more like a utility service for off-ramping, not a standalone product. More like a utility service for off-ramping. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So, what experience makes you the best person to do PajCash?
Okay. Last year I got involved in trying to build for someone who wanted to off ramp, and I could tell the problem was not from the technology itself, but from the way both the founders and the engineer wanted the product to be designed. There's a lot about going back and forth. Founders picking their favorite concepts and technology towards solving users' problem. Why instead it should be the problem deciding the technology. So far it has always been technology or design deciding how users should off ramp. So I thought about what I really want. I just want to off ramp. No long story. Just give me a platform for me to off ramp. And then I decided I was going to build something that made sense myself. So I did that, and so far with the feedback I've gotten, I think I nailed it, because I've gotten a lot of thank yous, a lot of finally we have something that we can easily use for day to day. And besides, I wanted something that could off ramp as low as $1. Yeah, and we did that. So the same exchange rate you get for $1,000, that's what you're getting for $1. And for a protocol like this, I see out, and you see people using it a lot. So I don't think you should be asking me why I think I'm qualified. I'm already qualified. I did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me
Yeah.
about your stack as a developer. Programming.
Okay, I started from mobile, started learning Java from 2016. That was way back, but I didn't really make much progress until I switched to iOS. I've been building iOS app for a very long time. That's what really exposed me to users, building from users' perspective, because I was always building user interfacing products. So I know what it's like. I always relate to problems from the user perspective, as compared to most engineers who would relate to products from infrastructure. I can't think of an infrastructure without thinking about how users will use it. So yeah. But from 2023, I decided to do anything I want to do. So instead of limiting myself to just mobile app development, they're doing backend Web3. That's when I started Web3 as well. Web3 in 2023, and moved to Solana, and then the cluster thing also helped prepare me for a project like this. It took me just 2 months to build the first version of Paj. So all those experience did pile up to help me build this year. Yeah. Okay, at the moment, the business model is going to be defined by our users. But now we just have a situation where we charge 0.5%, and that cost covers um, all our server costs, and the rest covers engineering costs, and it also covers logistics required to source dollar at the best rates. Why we allow merchants to set their rate on our platform, we go the extra mile to help our merchants um, source naira from the best rate possible. We don't just want things happening on their own. We take the extra mile to make sure our merchants are making the best profits while still setting the best rates. So if it requires us going to the moon to find naira at a good rate, we'll do that for our merchants. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So what is your go-to-market strategy? I understand that PajCash is trying to the market. How do you think to approach the market, sorry?
Yeah.
If you already have
Yeah.
how are you going to market?
We so far we're not thinking too much about it. Yeah, we are, just like I said, we're allowing our users define our business model. We're also giving them the opportunity to drive the product. We promised them we're going to give them the best products. We did, and now it's somewhat of their responsibility to push it. So right now, today we just released our referral program, and it qualifies our users for merch. Um, that's nothing per se, but it's a way to get our users to start something. Yes, there will be a lot of referral programs we'll be rolling out with time. A lot of things to win by participating in a protocol as early as this. So it's going to be user driven. It's going to be community driven. Our community keeps increasing every day. So we're just a small team of 4 persons. We can't do much. Our community is doing almost everything we need, and they're happy about it.
So
Yeah.
obviously I know that there's definitely a way people learn something before PajCash, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, what makes you stand out from these other guys?
Okay. Nobody off-ramps straight from their wallets. Nobody off-ramps straight from Solfare wallet or Phantom wallet without having Solfare or Phantom integrate with them. We're the only one in the market doing it right now. It's Our technology is quite easy for anyone to copy, yeah, but it's going to take a while for anybody to put in this kind of work we've done so far. And the goal for us is to make off-ramping look like token swap. The way token swap is easy, that's how we want off-ramping to be easy. So it's going to be very difficult for anyone who achieved that level of goal has basically solved everything that has to do with off-ramping. So we're going for the ultimate goal. While other people still do the whole app thing and the rest, I hope they'll catch up with time. Yeah.
Great. So that's a lot of confidence there.
Yeah.
So tell me, I want to know what your milestones have been. Like, great stuff you've achieved since PajCash, right?
Okay.
Starting from the ground, traction, your customer base, say your revenue.
Okay. These figures are not really on the figures money figure side. We're still testing private beta, but we've seen a lot of positive feedback in terms of use case. We get daily transactions now. Almost from day one, we started getting daily transactions, and we just want those transactions to keep on increasing. We average around 10 transactions a day as at right now, because we have about 120 users. So that is close to 10% of our users using our product every day. Why we have that number is because a couple of people think our product is the regular off-ramping system, so when they get there, they don't know how to use it. So we're trying to push to make sure we capture more users. But on the grant side, we got a couple of delayed grants, and there are a couple we are working on. So the team have just been working tirelessly on their own with their own resources and pulling things off on their own. So grants will come in definitely. We are very positive on that one, super confident on that. Numbers of users is growing by the day. I'm expecting us to hit 200 this week, and that should be about double of what we had a week ago. Yeah. So we're super confident on what we built. We built a product for the users, so you just expect adoption very easily. Yeah.
Great. So, what should we look out for PajCash in coming months? What are you cooking? What should we expect?
Okay. Just know this, yeah. If you use any app and once off ramping feels like you just swap the token, just know it's PajCash technology under the hood. Yeah. So we're already speaking with products locally and elsewhere internationally to integrate the products. So I'm sorry the technology I'm asking about on ramping. We're not sure about a cool technology, anything cool to make on ramping seamless as well. So you're super focused on off ramping. But I think at some point we just have to fulfill demands you get. So expect to use PajCash under the hood. Yeah. We're also trying to abstract a couple of components on PajCash, especially our merchant system. We've had folks from Lisk, from the EVM side, talking to us about our protocol. So we are going to abstract it so that other chains can have something similar, can enjoy something this seamless as well. So a lot of people will end up using PajCash without knowing, and that's the goal for us.
So you guys, just a side talk, right? He onboarded me onto PajCash today. It was so seamless, and it's a great one for everyone to use. Okay, so look out for PajCash, right? Follow them on their socials. You're cooking for real. So let's jump over to the Super Team NG side of things.
Yeah.
I understand that you've been a Super Team NG member for a while. So I want to know, how has Super Team NG supported your journey as a founder growing on Solana?
Okay, I think I've been one of the oldest folks they've been supporting. So that I usually tag myself as an old taker in the space because I was like the first person that won a hackathon on Super Team. So the support has been there. Even when I kind of ghosted to like find focus with what I was building. Yeah. Sometimes I get a couple of checks from both leaders, mostly from members. The first person I spoke to validate this product was Obina. Yeah, I just have to mention him. Yeah, I asked him, how do you off ramp? And as soon as he said Bybit, it felt somehow, you get, I knew there was something better that could come up. It was a couple of Super Team members that validated this product. They called me, I didn't call them. It was them that called me just to check on me regular on their own, and that's where the product validation came in. So we interacting with states mods, even without shilling the products, they're checking on me and said, I want to check on your product. Is it time to test and all? So there's this support that if I was building outside Super Team, maybe I'll be struggling with like 15 users. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Yeah, maybe my family and a couple of two other people. But now the product is being used in different states across Nigeria. It's Super Teams doing here.
Amazing. That's great stuff. I mean, we all can attest to how well Super Team NG has helped us really just invested into our skills, and that's amazing. So currently we're at Startup Village 2025, right? What has been your biggest takeaway from Startup Village Nigeria?
Okay, it's the fact that I got to meet people I've been chatting with for a while, and I didn't know it was them because a lot of people are not doxed on Twitter.
Right.
So there's this excitement when I see someone who have been helping out, like maybe showing around on how to go about stuff, and they tell me, Anamio, and then it's very exciting to see that you've made changes, you've influenced someone or some way. I met Kamal, mod for Bauchi. When he wanted to join Super Team, he texted me that he wanted to join. I onboarded him without really knowing who he was and all. So it's really exciting to see that you have impact or influence someone miles away, and then you just shake hands with them for the first time. I might not meet everybody I did exchange greetings with on Twitter and via Super Team, but the ones I've met so far, I think that's the exciting. If there was no lectures, just having to exchange pleasantries with these folks is very exciting, I must say.
Wow, amazing stuff. So before we go, what advice would you give to an aspiring Web3 founder on Solana?
Okay, I think the most question around building I've gotten so far is, how do I pick product to build on? And there are two ways I got to understand I've built a pattern around picking a problem is this. Pick a problem to solve is this. The first, which is the easiest, is to find issues you face in the Web3 space. If you're building for Web3, issues you face in the Web3 space. If you face it once, twice, the third time, it's a signal you get to consider solving that problem. And when you have a friend who experienced the same problem, that's the validation you need, not on the product. You should check on validation on the problem, not on the product. So if you check on off-ramping, there, at least there's me, there's Kalex, there's Azza. These are all products solving a problem that has been validated. On the technology, the solution now has to be, problem has been validated, and solution has to be validated from people's experience. Mistake people make most times is trying to ask questions by building solutions. Over time, I got to understand that you have to build to an extent, allow people to use it, and then watch for their expression, watch for how they respond. Most times people don't know how to. I face that same issue too. People don't know how to picture what you're telling them. A lot of people have bias before having conversation with you. Maybe they've used this product, and anything you're explaining, you're trying to map it with an existing product. So if you think you're doing something really different, I would advise to build to an extent first and get the other party to use it, and not just make a guess about what they think you're building. Yeah.
Amazing. That's really been a very insightful interview with you, PajCash. And of course, we'll be looking out for all the great things you'll be building, and we're going to always support and patronize PajCash. So thank you so much, and it's really nice having you here. Have a great day.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Bye.